All right, without any further ado, let's kick this off. It's very, very good to see everybody. Thank you all for being here today. Apparently, we have to have more mysterious random announcements more often. This is awesome. And thanks to those of you that are not necessarily with our office, but support us in terms of vendor relationships. We appreciate it. I want to thank Amanda, first off, the Partners title, very much for all the food that she provided. She was very nervous that she wasn't going to have the correct amount, so very appreciative to her. So without any further ado, I'm going to hit the lights. Ethan, would you mind? Thank you very much. And I'm going to go through some information with you today. And every Keller Williams office throughout the entire world is receiving the same exact information as we speak. Unless the cat was let out of the bag, which is it wasn't supposed to, which is why I have this slide up here. Because I got this, and this is like the first slide we got, and I was like, first off, I don't even know what embargo means. Can I not go into the ocean, or what is going on here? Okay, don't listen. Don't read it all the way. Or does it? Who knows? But basically, the nuts and bolts of it is this is something that the company's been striving for years and years and years. It's a huge special announcement, and I want to share it all with you because you're all a part of it. As corny and as cheesy as that might sound, honestly, every single person in this room has contributed to the massive success of this company. The company would not exist if it weren't for you guys. So let's talk about it a little bit. So a special announcement, yep, it's going down in all of our places where we do business. We're celebrating 35 years of business. A little bit about the story of Keller Williams. Look at that, right? I mean, back when that was in style, or was it ever in style? Yeah, hopefully Gary never hears me say that. Founded in 1983 in Austin, Texas, launched with just 32 agents. Does anybody remember why, or has heard Gary say why he started his own real estate company?
Because everybody left him.
We'll get to that in just a minute.
A business that nobody would leave.
He wanted to build a real estate company that was agent-centric. He had been at another real estate firm, was a vice president of it for years, and got tired of the fact that it was all just corporate. He said, where are the agents in this equation? That's why he started his own company. In 1986, after a promising start, the company was left reeling to the loss of 7 of its top 10 producers. That's what Michelle was talking about.
And didn't they take his staff with them?
Shortly after, his staff went too. Where did they go? We can talk about it. I'm not afraid to talk about
Remax.
it. They went to Remax. Remax gave Gary a good roundhouse kick to the face, right? They were launching around the same time. Took almost all of his people out of his producing agents. And he could have done what most people did at that time, which is basically close up shop and call it quits. Because I don't know about you, but if that happened to me, it would be hard to pick up and come in the next day. But really, they decided to corral the people that were still there and ask, hey, what can we do to make this better company, to create a company such that nobody would ever want to leave? How can we meet the needs of our agents? Well, hence the ALC, things of that nature, profit sharing, the focus on training, the focus on educating, the focus on growing agents and collaborating, right? That really became the focus. And together they envisioned a new type of real estate company. Not one that was dependent or independent, but rather interdependent, where it's a win-win, where the brokerage is helping the agents and vice versa, right? And it worked. By 2006, Keller Williams was the 5th largest real estate franchise in the United States. By 2009, the 3rd. And in 2011, the 2nd largest. Now one of the most formidable sales forces in the industry, it was time to institute a more formal system, accountability, leadership in the company to ensure that the company's success was predictable and sustainable. Do those words sound familiar when it comes to your real estate business? How do we make it predictable? How do we make it sustainable? And does it happen just by chance? No, it takes an immense amount of focus, an immense amount of commitment to the habits that take you from point A to point B when you're looking to do that in your own business. So we had to think about how can we do this across the company. Well, in 2011, the growth initiative was formally adopted. John Davis, now the CEO of Keller Williams, developed that program, instituted it across the company in 2011, and in very short order, just 2 years later, Keller Williams became the #1 real estate franchise in agent count in the United States and North America. And I think that's interesting because if you look at that timeline, before it said, okay, yeah, by 2000, 2005 this, 2011 this. Well, immediately after instituting that program, within 2 years, look at the effect that it had. If you want to talk about focus and results oriented and doing things on a consistent basis, that's John Davis in a nutshell. And he brought that consistency and that focus to the company and then started instituting it, across the globe, which is pretty interesting. And look at the results that it got in just 2 years. Oh, by the way, that's the very same stuff we teach you guys. When we talk about the career growth initiative and we talk about Ignite, we talk about Bold, all we're doing is modeling the same exact system that got this company to where it is today. So imagine if you implement that system into your business where it can take your real estate business. Everybody's like, yep, I've heard that before, Zach. Thanks very much. The book gets better, I promise. Just take a look at that slide for a second. This is you guys in action. This is everyone collecting. Even if you're brand spanking new, you contribute to our agent count. Right? Just by being a part of this office, you've aided in this performance and in this growth. So our market center, respectively, from 2011 to 2017, an 87% increase in agent count, 225% increase in units, 263% increase in volume. When you look at real estate companies across the industry, you just don't see those numbers. It's not happening anywhere else except here. And it's not because of Keller Williams. It's because of you guys. It's because of the agents in this room and the work that you're doing out in the field when you're showing clients at 8 or 9 at night when it's freezing outside. When you're going on that listing appointment to help that client who just had a death in the family, now they have a property to sell. It's taking some time away from your kids to provide for them. That's what you guys are doing. The region has experienced an increase as well, and so has the company overall. The trajectory is pretty remarkable. Here's our story here in Rochester. Here are the folks that have become a part of our family, have really been there from the very foundation of our family. And we're not even done with the first month of the year, and we're still growing. At 2017 is split up between a couple of years. It gets more fun the further back we look. Some people are like, oh gosh, this might be a little bit embarrassing. Just kidding. There's one more slide for the veterans. Don't worry, we didn't forget you. You just took 3 slides to get to you.
Oh.
2004. Good old Lori. But I shared this slide to thank each and every one of you. Not just the veterans, not just those of us that have been here for a few years, not just those that are brand spanking new, but every single one of you for sticking with the company, believing in the company, contributing to the company, and making our company what it really is. Because it's nothing if not for you. And you guys are who got us here, which is, oh, by the way, here's another interesting fact. Lifetime profit share of Rochester alone, almost $500,000.
So when they say it's not true, that's wrong.
So when they say it's not true, Debbie, I want you to slap them. No, I shouldn't tell you that because you might actually do it.
I may do that.
Just let them know. The proof is in the numbers. This isn't, made up stuff. This is real. Over $1 billion across the company throughout its history, and $500,000 coming from Rochester alone. That's pretty remarkable. All to say this, we already know that we're number 1 in agent count. That's a milestone you guys crossed or helped us cross a while ago, and you've done it by leaps and bounds. That's not even something you can argue. There's no disputing that, right? You guys are literally an army of agents. It's okay. Number 1 in volume. Yeah, we've been there for a while. We've been number 1 in volume for a while. But there's something that's been eluding us, which is what John Davis would call the triple crown. And that's the fact that you guys collectively are number one in every top category real estate companies measure. You're number one in agents, you're number one in volume, and you're number one in units. Congratulations. I feel like we're probably the only company who's like, yeah, Jeff, good job, guys. Because the standard is so high and we're so used to this trajectory that it's become normal. It has become the culture of Keller Williams to be productive, to have high standards, to grow. Yes, ma'am.
So number one in units, are we the number one listing agent?
I don't know. If we're not, I'd say give us another year or two, because clearly we're on that trajectory. Right? You can't argue with that. That is the kind of momentum that's just going to keep rolling and snowball, right? So hats off to you guys. And here's what I want us to understand. This is useful information in several ways. The beauty of us becoming number one in several of the major categories is now, Todd, when you go on a listing appointment, or Trudy, when you meet with buyers, you can say, not only are you getting me as an agent, which is awesome, you're getting the number one company. In all the tools, the systems, and the network that we have at our disposal, we will put to work for you. The whole reason the company's been so gung-ho on achieving these metrics is twofold. The first one is actually profit. Everything we do at Keller Williams is designed to increase profit because we what with our agents? We profit share. And the second thing is so that you can leverage the company's numbers to make your job that much easier. Because when you can go on that appointment and say, we're number one, does it make it that much easier to get the business? I like to think so. Absolutely. Doesn't hurt, right? No. Absolutely. Every conversation, client, family, home, agent, late night, every appraisal that fell through, every closing that got delayed, but all the other successes along the way has led to this moment. That's pretty remarkable. And I'd like to really thank the people that have been here the longest, because you stuck with it and you've helped build and really helped have an impact on these numbers. And here's a takeaway, because just when we want to sit back and relax, they always have to remind us, it's really just beginning. It's really just beginning. Would you mind hitting the lights again, please?
Can we put that on Facebook?
You certainly can. I'm actually going to share it with you.
Okay.
And the hashtag that I ask you guys to utilize is hashtag #1KW. Hashtag 1KW. Because that'll be trending probably momentarily. If you check social media, there's probably people posting about it already. But here's the takeaway. If you look at the metrics that you saw up there, and you heard that the most recent statistic was, hey, John implemented this program, and 2 years later we were number one. Well, when you get to be the size that we are, and you're doing the units that we are, and you're doing the production volume that we are, doesn't it just continue to compound at an even more rapid and greater speed? Absolutely. So here's the fun takeaway. Some people would say, oh, great, well, that just means there's less and less opportunity. Well, the real answer is there's only more and more opportunity. We're going like this. You guys can seize upon that and continue to grow your own real estate businesses, grow your own profit share, and share the news and let people know. Any questions? Any ahas, feedback, thoughts? Anybody want to do the happy dance? Like, Zach, since you got here, you've been talking about, we're this close, we're this close. Finally did it, guys. Congratulations. That's awesome. That is huge. It's unbelievable. You guys should be proud to belong to this organization. It's not the company that got us there. It's all of you. Every single one. And I appreciate it. Ladies, are you out there? Do you have some things? Come on. Wouldn't be a celebration without a little bit of champagne. And then
Let's savor it.
Oh, this is for a picture. I think we should take a picture now before we get a little too crazy. Who would like to hold this? You two are kind of centered right here. Thank you.
Go number one or one number?
Number one, please.
Number one.
And then let me grab my phone real quick.
Yeah,
for some
turn your one
pictures.
around.
Number one. It's upside down. It's kind of like. Yeah. There are 44,000 agents when I came on.
That's nuts.
Wow.
44,000. The day you joined, they went down to 1,000. No, I'm just kidding. Just joking.
Went up? Where do you want us to hold it?
You just hold it wherever.
Put over
Don't
something.
block
Oh,
your
you got
faces.
someone behind you. Guys,
Perfect.
you need to get in here.
It's only you two. No one behind you.
I was gonna blurt you out. How can you do what all the kids do?
We had a
Just to
hockey
get to
tournament.
know.
Yeah, we got
Look this way.
They were all doing that after the game. I said, you should be holding up
Five
5
gang signs.
All right.
We'll pass out the champagne. Then we'll take a few more cheersing. Yes.
Looks like we like each other.
So everybody was smiling, but okay.
Yeah, but I'm just sitting here like, don't cheer.
Okay, get your champagne
Stand up.
That looks bubbly.
Come on, John, get over here. You're not gonna
Kid, you can sit on my lap if you want. You know, we're friends. You're probably stronger than I. Maybe I should sit on yours, huh?
And can we do this? Katie, can this go on the ground without forcing
This could be good because everybody says they're.
July has glass, and I'm not gonna, all of them, I'm not gonna drink it all.
Can you grab that one?
You can shut off the recording.
Get our